first. Okay? These are all the roots. Remember when Tim was telling you about the roots? You see the roots in here? You see these little white roots?
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's where those little root hairs are that absorb the water and the essential elements. Remember that? And what's the most important essential element? Do you remember? Started with the letter N. Yes. Yeah, you. Remember? Okay. Yeah.
Nutrient?
Nutrients, that's right. But there was one that he said was very important in the purple at the end.
Nitro?
That's pretty close. Anybody wanted? She said nitro something. Okay, in the pink.
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen. Was that what you were going to say? Yeah, I knew that you were going to say that. So anyway, yeah, nitrogen. So anyway, these are the roots that absorb the water and the nitrogen. And see how they're, look at how big they are already.
Cool.
That tree, that root wants to go out into the other bigger soil, and it wants to make a living. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it in the ground, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of mash the sides of that root ball, because if you can see some of the roots are kind of going sideways here. We don't want them to go sideways, because once they start going sideways, they tend to like to keep going in a circle, and if they go in a circle, they're not getting out into the dirt to make a good living. So I'm going to convince them to go in a different direction, and this is how you do it. It looks mean, but it's not, because this is what you got to do. You kind of loosen up all those roots on the side, like that, and then you push the dirt back in. This. And one thing you want to make sure when you plant a tree, if you talk to your parents and your parents say, well, you guys know so much about trees, let's go to the store and buy a tree and bring it home and plant it. One thing you want to make sure is that the top of the root ball here, the top of this part right here, you don't want that to be below the ground that you're planting it in, okay? And when you plant it, you want to make sure that you keep all the soil below this point, so that this is the high point, and then you push your soil around it. Because roots, even though roots grow in the dirt, and this is one of the reasons why Tim said they don't get much respect, because they grow in the dirt and people don't know, but roots have to breathe. It seems funny that they live in the dirt, but they have to breathe. They actually absorb oxygen and they give off carbon dioxide, just like we do. So, and just like us, if you put too much dirt over the roots, they'll suffocate, because that's what would happen to us, right? So that's what happens to these two. So we've got our tree planted. We've packed the dirt down around the roots so there's no air in there. But you see this dent here, around here? That's a good thing. And that's something to do something to remember if you guys buy a tree at your house and plant it with your parents, is to leave a ring around there like that. And then when you bring the water out in the morning, you fill this saucer up. This is called a water ring. And you fill this whole area up with water, and that'll hold the water over the roots. And as the water sinks down, the roots are right there going, thank you. So that's all there is to it. It's not real complicated, but it's really important that you do it right. So this is the correct way. And
do we need to water it now?
Yeah, it's getting a little wilty. See how the leaves are kind of hanging down? If you have some water, we could water it now. It'd be great. So I'm just going to pull the rest of this dirt in.
And should we put mulch over
Yeah,
it?
mulch is good.
Okay. We'll do that tomorrow.
Everybody say, grow, tree, grow.
Grow, tree, grow.
Say it again.
Grow, tree, grow.
Say it so loud they hear you inside the school.
Tree, grow.
Dig that, baby. This is Tim, and where at school are we? And did y'all just have fun and learn about trees?
Yeah.
Let me hear you say, trees are cool.
Trees are cool.
So is school.
So is school.
Learn all you can.
Learn all you can.
Give these tree waters a big round of applause, and also Mr. Kitsley. Yeah, that's the way it is. Baby, this is Tim from Florida saying we'll see you next time. Here we go. Whee!